welcome to the Thunder Road Show here on Driver Mod TV. I'm Doug Johnson, your host. Steve Computer's in the house.
Beep beep, what's up guys?
Hey, we're here on Driver Mod TV. We're going to interview Chuck Sightsinger. As you saw there was a, did you get that video, part of it? We'll play it again in a little bit. There was a Chuck Sightsinger wrecking 4 times but never hitting anything. And we'll talk to him about that. We're going to talk to Lyle Barnett too. He's patiently waiting. We were trying to get on a little earlier, and we were new studio here. If you don't know what the Thunder Road Show is, we started this in 2009 on a local AM radio station here in Houston, Texas, and progressed and was on air. It was on live radio for 2 years, and then got off that, and then waited until streaming became more prevalent. We went back live 5 years ago. Steve, you know it's 5 years that we went live.
Wow.
On High Tech Corvette, because we were on High Tech Corvette for 2 years. They had 2.2 million followers on their page, and then we were on the Thunder Road Show's Facebook page live every week for 2 years straight, and we took a year off. And now we're back. We're going to try to do 1 or 2 of these a month, plus all the other content that we got going on. Lots of content coming on the Driver Mod page. We got a Godzilla swap coming. We recorded some of that content this week. We're putting a tubular K member in the car. It's a 99 Mustang Saline clone that had a 2-valve with a Pro Charger on it. We jerked all that stuff out, and we're going with a 7.3 liter Godzilla engine crate motor, fresh from Summit Racing. It's gonna have an overdrive transmission, air conditioning, and 500 horsepower, 540 foot-pounds of torque. OBR is sending us the computer, wiring harness, gas pedal, O2 sensors. OBR's the leader in standalone computer harnesses and computers, ECMs for the Ford Coyote platform and now the Godzilla. They provide standalone computers for Ford to do dyno testing on different platforms. So these guys are very smart, and they will be shipping out the computer and all that stuff for the Saline. We need a name for that. The owner likes to refer to the engine as a Gorilla, not a Godzilla, and so, but the Gorilla is just not, I don't know that's a cool, funny nickname, but Steve, what do you think the yellow Saline should be called? The banana is not going to be a name.
No?
No. Steve, are you even clicking on your camera when you talk?
Negative.
No. So you're just going to be off camera from now on?
Well, for this stream.
For this stream,
okay.
You'll be off camera. You'll be on the back. You got a face for radio anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you'll be notified of any new content and new videos, new live streams, stuff like that. Now, another build that we got going on is a 80 C10 truck with a 454 in it that we're putting Holley Sniper. That Sniper kit's cool looking. Did you see the picture, Steve?
Yes, I did. So
it's a self-tuning carburetor replacement, carburetor delete kit, and you can drive it anywhere. It self-learns as you drive. We're gonna see how awesome this thing is. Taking the old junky Edelbrock O'Reilly's carburetor off, mechanical fuel pump, going new school and an old school. We've got the Thunder Wagon, which is my '66 Chevelle wagon that makes about 1,100 horsepower. That is getting rewired, getting a grid, all kinds of cool stuff. So that project. Then we have a 69 Nova, friend of mine's that's got a 650 horse small block with a fogger on it that we're doing some cool stuff too. So lots of projects, lots of content coming for Driver Mod TV. Like us on Facebook so you can see when we are live and when we're going. In fact, we need to do that. We need to go and say we're live, right? So that people will.
That would be good.
Yeah. So, people will see that this is live or go check it out. But let's do this. Let's see if we can get a hold of Chuck Singer right now. Chuck from Street Outlaws. I need to blow this up. How do I get it bigger, Steve? Chuck Singer. Do me a favor, turn your phone landscape. There we go. Now we have a wide angle and no black things on the side, no curtains. Well, hello girls. This is a kid-friendly YouTube. We couldn't change it from kid-friendly. Well, if anything, it'll just it'll boot us off kid-friendly. Do I click on one of these, Steve? Nope. This one? Nope. We're trying to get full screen here. Oh, take a corner.
Watch it change.
Wait. Oh, like that?
No, in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah. See? There.
Okay, we're just trying to get full size screen here for you. New studio. We haven't been on the Thunder Road show in a year. Can you believe it's been a year since you've been on with us? Yeah. Well, I got COVID in 2020, December, and decided to take a break. Life got in the way a little bit and just needed to rejuvenate myself. And, Steve can't be here every week because his parents are disabled. So it's just, you got to have... Right? Oh, did you lose your taste and smell and all that? Yeah. You're making me seasick. Brutal, huh? Wow.
His audio's not coming through.
Yeah. Well, you should have taken the horse paste that Joe Rogan took. Did you? Oh, wait. Hey, Chuck, hold on 1 second. I've just got a message that your audio is not feeding to the viewers. Steve?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh.
I don't see it here.
Sorry, man. This is...
Go pipe it through so it'll pick it up.
Do what, Steve?
Pipe it through the output on the laptop like you had it. I don't know if you remember.
Can you hear me now? Well, maybe we can do it with this, with you just... Alright. Alright, this is crazy. Say something, Chuck?
Yo.
Alright. I don't know if that's picking up, but let me do...
Yeah, see what, I can see if you can figure it out or whatever, so the viewers can,
Say something?
Good enough.
It's good enough?
I'm driving, so I can't talk with my hands.
I know, right? Well, that's what you normally do.
I probably don't know what I'm talking.
I know, right? Well, that's why the camera's making me seasick, because you're talking with your hands. So let me ask you something. We showed the video right before as the intro of you almost wrecking 4 times. I noticed you're doing well with your YouTube channel. It's growing pretty good.
I gotta spend more time with it. I haven't been You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you know what? A lot of the well-known YouTubers, that stuff's kind of stale when it goes live. I mean, when it goes on the channel, people really don't know. Well, I mean, think about how much delay there is in filming for Street Outlaws, and then
Oh yeah, I know. And that's why, we film like every night we race on the street outlaws on the street or whatever. We do our own filming, and then we're supposed to put it all together, and then doing the show. We can't show it before the show comes out, but the show plays on Monday night. Boom, we can release that, our footage on Tuesday, and you just kind of see a little bit of behind the scenes.
yeah.
We just said, unfortunately, we just, we dropped the ball, and we just didn't get it done. So.
Okay, so we had been talking for years, you and I, about YouTube being the place to go. People getting off Facebook and stuff like that. And as you see, Ryan's doing it. Chief and his wife are doing it. Murder Nova's killing it.
Murder Nova is killing it. Murder Nova, like I'm jealous. Like Phantom has that stuff on lockdown. They are killing it. Ryan is stepping up to the plate, and Ryan is doing really good. Everybody, I mean, a lot of people, and look, Justin Swanson, like.
He made a bit of a brand off of it. He's racing because of it.
Say again?
He's racing because of his YouTube channel with y'all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's good. Hey, good for him. Like, look, I'm if anybody, can make a living doing something like, I mean, I like it. And, my daughter, Miranda back here, she loves YouTube. So she'll like that, video you just posted up. She goes, kind of trash. And I'm like, but she watches, she knows all the famous YouTubers. She's,
Is she a Cletus McFarlane fan?
she's like, yeah, you can fix it. That video is trash.
Is she a Cletus fan?
Do I?
Is she a Cletus fan?
What?
Cletus McFarlane?
She knows. She's not, the only racing stuff she kind of watches is mine.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
She doesn't really. Yeah. She watches a bunch of other famous YouTubers, gamers, and stuff like
Oh,
that.
gotcha. Well, I think it's the future for the automotive and performance industry as far as content.
I will tell you, we bought her a computer because she's in, and so she is 405 Lou from Farm Truck and Agent had sent me some software, so she's been practicing, and she wants to do this. And I'm like, look, you could make a living, a very good living, editing YouTube videos.
Oh,
And
100%.
pretty good start. So I'm gonna get her. She's 14 now, and this is what she wants to do. So I'm gonna let her start editing videos. And look, I mean, she may have a bright future. She loves doing it. So.
For sure. So we are now on Driver Mod TV's YouTube channel, as you know. And this was the old related to Dig Night and all the stuff we did before Redemption was as big as it was when we were doing Dig Night events, and it got stale. So now the idea is Jared and I are building it back up, putting content on it, and we're not going to do a weekly show. We'll do maybe a bi-monthly show.
Right. Yeah.
And we have 20,000 subs already, and we're going to grow it. It's monetized, and that's where we're going. We're not going to. I didn't want to get committed to a sponsor and get booted off Facebook for somebody saying something political.
Yeah. Right.
Because that was happening. Donald Trump got booted. Everything. All these people got Alex Jones. All these people got booted. And it was a really weird time when I got COVID, decided to get, take a break from it. And partly because of that, because, we've had fun conversations, but politics bleeds into life. We're in the precipice of a World War III. That's going to bleed into cost of fuel to travel to your races and all that kind of stuff, and cost parts delays.
It's going to be, we thought, 2020 we're in COVID, man. If we just get past 2020, life would be great. But then 2021 was no better. And then now, you're right. I mean, we don't know if, for racing the no prep Kings, fuel is going to be $20 a gallon. And guess what? We may have to park our cars and grab guns.
Right? Yeah.
We got to do is, take care of our country. And so, I'll be the first one to, park my junk. And, I don't want to go anywhere to fight, but I'll protect my, my land. And
For sure. I'm the same way. I think everybody watching probably feels the same way. If it comes to our shores.
Yeah, this is my, it's my job, to protect my kids and my family. And so.
And God bless the Ukrainian people who are standing up with no weapons hardly and taking weapons from the government and trying to protect their way of life,
It's just a
It is.
It just is. It's something I never thought I'd probably see, and but it's just crazy times, man. I think.
Chuck, you and I are
They tried to separate everybody, and
yeah.
I think, if anything, I think people are going to end up being, they just try to separate them.
Yeah.
And I think probably be stronger when it's all over, because I think we're going to have to come together.
For sure. You and I grew up in the same time, and we were still in the Cold War in elementary and junior high, in high school, and that was a real thing. We were always worried about nuclear threats, Did you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better. It was kind of
Cutting out. So you and I grew up in the same time. We're close to the same age, and I think we are the same age. I'm 49. How old are you?
Don't tell the girls, but I'm 52.
Okay. Well, they don't know.
Yeah, I tell the girls I'm 35.
Oh, gotcha. All the chicks, not your daughters. Your daughters know.
I'm 35, right?
So.
No, I just had a birthday in February. I'm 52 years old.
Well, congratulations. But we grew up at the same time. There was a Cold War threat of nuclear disaster when we were growing up and watching videos of what it's going to be like if there's a nuclear bomb launched on us, So it was scary times growing up with that.
Yeah.
So let's get on to something more positive.
Okay.
Season 5 No Prep Kings is coming up soon. You got about what, 2.5 weeks?
Second week of April, so I'm calling it a month.
Okay.
But yeah, let's call it 2.5, 3 weeks.
And the new car's ready.
Yes. So long story. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Yes, the car is ready. It is setting inside.
Oh, we lost him. Let's see, Steve, go, let's see if we can get him back. I don't know if you hit a button. Does the audio sound okay out there? Good enough? He is in Oklahoma. He could have hit a dead spot. He's driving.
Yes, I remember the technical difficulties now, just like it was yesterday.
I know.
Love it.
I know. I don't think he's.
No, he's in Oklahoma.
Yeah, in Oklahoma. That's funny. So let's do this. Let's see if Lyle Barnett. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to text him, you busy, and then I'm going to go here and watch. Chuck will call back right in the middle of
Sure.
That's the way it works.
Yep.
So you on me now? So while I get to my beautiful mug on. Thank you for everybody that's watching. Lyle Barnett we were scheduled to do this at 3 our time, and we're in Central Time right now. And nope, that's Peter. I didn't type Lyle space. There it is. What in the world? Okay. Let's see if we can get Lyle to answer. What does that do?
Don't click shit you don't know what it's doing.
Lyle's been patiently waiting. He probably got tired. He was supposed to be on at 3 after Chuck, but we were so late. Well, I don't blame him for not answering. We stood him up for so long. He probably doesn't realize that it's his messenger ringing.
Yeah, it's possible. It's always weird to get a messenger call. call.
So Lyle Barnett, if you don't know, he is a hot shoe. That guy can drive anything. He won 2 Pro Mod races, NHRA Pro Mod races last year, and he'd never driven an NHRA Pro Mod before. He was on a limited schedule, and they had him in a Pro Charge car. They struggled with that, and then they put him in a turbocharged car that Erica Enders had driven, and he wins 2 NHRA Wallies. He drives Beer Money, which they built on a TV show in a 10-day build. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then it takes that to no prep races, small tire, all over the South and Georgia and North Carolina, South Carolina and all that, and kills everybody. They put it on another show where they raced against on Netflix, and they raced against remember they raced against the supercars. And he got to the finals in that, spun the car out because he was on radials on at an airport. So let's try one more time with Chuck. We get this done with him.
Lyle Barnett's definitely a rock star.
Yeah, dude. He was in a truck he'd never driven last week in one. Hey, Chuck, are you there?
Yeah,
You're in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. No service, Oklahoma.
No, go ahead. I thought you hung up on me.
Oh, no, I didn't touch anything. I think your thumb hit the button and hung up on me.
It just said call failed, didn't it? Yeah, it said call failed, and I tried to call back, and
God. Hey, girls, when y'all get to wherever y'all are going, buy your dad this the whole time with the phone. I'm sure the viewers are going to be livid. So,
well, we're almost to the Science Museum now. That's all being in the parking lot.
Okay, cool. So, what are the girls looking forward to seeing at the Science Museum? Are they brainiacs?
Do what?
Are they brainiacs? What are they looking forward to seeing at the Science
Say
Museum?
one more time.
Are they brainiacs? Can you hear me?
No, they just, yeah, no, they're not brainiacs. They just like, it's kind of a cool place.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of, used to be the Omniplex, and they just have a lot of cool stuff in there. Yeah, they just have like random things.
Like the roofs are sideways, like
Yeah, they just have some, it's just yeah, it's really not all about science, it's just it's a cool place.
So I have to.
I'm going there for the science aspect.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're not there for the science aspect, yeah, they're not.
So I have to tell you, I appreciate you catching the misspelling on the flyer that we made.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that and I was like,
So that was my fault.
he's an NHRA.
Yeah, that was my fault because I inverted the letters, and my the help that was building, my girlfriend actually was building the flyer for me. She copied and pasted it, and she's like, I know how to. I sent her to just put your last name on it, and she goes, I know how to spell his last name. It's on my TV screen every day.
Yeah.
She has become a gigantic fan of yours and of No Prep Kings and Street Outlaws. She had never watched one before December.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't even know it existed. And we've been friends since junior high. She didn't know it existed because we just, yeah. So she's a big fan. She's building a car now, so it's cool.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Alright, so let's talk about,
okay. Was that the new car that you almost wrecked?
do I?
Was that the new car that you almost wrecked 4 times?
Yes, okay, so that car has been around Oklahoma for a long time.
Mud Duck.
A guy in Tulsa, Mike McCullough owned the car. Chris Garrett, Mud Duck, drove the car, and you know, it was a turbo car. Back then, I think in 2005 is when that car was kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It went fast on it, and it turbo, and it won every round it entered. It never lost one round of racing in 2005.
Wow. It was a small block Ford too, right?
Do what?
It was a small block Ford.
Big block for
It was a big block Ford. Wow.
Yeah, and it was just a cool combination. And I have a magazine
Was it red?
Oh, yeah. Huh?
Wasn't it red?
No, it was white.
It was white. Okay.
Yeah, it was always white. And so, the car didn't, Mike McCullough, spent the money on it. Chris drove it, and the car was just a cool car. And then racing kind of died off a little bit. McCullough ended up selling the car, and somebody was talking about it, and the car ended up in Canada, and all someone did was just basically buy the roller, and they really didn't do anything with it. And then Ryan heard about the car, decided he wanted it, and so made a deal with the guy, drove to Canada, sent somebody up there to Canada, picked up the car, brought it back.
Well, wait, tell about the story about going to Canada, because that was interesting in itself.
Hang on. Oh, it's up there. Never mind. Sorry. Going to Canada. Well, yeah, Ryan told the story, but supposedly, I don't know what he
The
did.
guy got picked up and put in jail for having a gun or something.
Yeah, he did. So the guy was sitting up there, Ryan gave the money and stuff, and so he drove up there, took his time, and something happened. I don't know if he had, weed on him or if he had a gun or something, but regardless, he goes to jail, and he was maybe he has a license. I don't know what it was.
I thought he had a pistol or something, and he tried to cross it.
He was missing in action for like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Ryan's like, I think I don't know why he would take off. He was only like 20 grand. I don't know why he would skip the world for 20 grand. It wasn't enough money just to escape.
Right?
Anyway, reappeared, and I guess they bailed him out or whatever, and got it all taken care of. And then, he gets back with the car, and Ryan's like, yeah, that was the most expensive. I mean, I could have just paid,
To ship it, yeah.
Yeah, they could have put it on an airplane and flew it there. So anyway, Ryan ended up with the car, and he put the car together for B&R is Billy and Ryan. So
Yeah.
his partner Billy.
Lost him again. Good old Messenger.
It's his cell connection to Oklahoma. There's nothing there.
Well, he's in Oklahoma City.
Oh, he's.
Well, it's. I gotta hear the rest of the story.
Sounds interesting so far.
Maybe he'll call me back. So, we get back to this. So, they have the first no-time truck race, full-size truck race at Donald Long's Lights Out event in Georgia. I've announced there and stuff. Okay, here it is. Okay.
I have good service.
Well, I don't know what it is because I'm not even touching my laptop while I'm listening to you. I'm really into your story.
It said call failed, so it's got to be,
Yeah.
But it is raining here, and so maybe it's just crappy. We'll just deal with it. And everybody can make fun of us and go, yeah, they had their Chuck out there the first time of the year. You don't know how to hold his phone. And he couldn't talk because his hands wouldn't move, and he kept hanging up on us. So anyway, so Poncia drove the car. Had a Pro Charger on it with a big block Chevy, and it just, at that time, people were just getting faster. The car would only go like 420s.
80s.
Well, if you want my opinion, I think this year, if you can't run 80s consistent and dip into the 70s, you're not going to win the championship at No Prep Kings. That's my opinion.
Just a little bit I know. I think you're on point with that, and you know more than I do. So.
Yeah. And so, you know, look, I sent the car, we front halved it, we put a big block Chevy Proline motor in it, and realized, guess what? Nope, a big block Chevrolet cast motor is not going to hang, it's not going to do what we need to do. So, Ryan's like, hey, look, I'm going to switch to the Hemis. I bought both of his 481Xs, and so we put the 481X in that car. Jeff Les did a little bit of work to it. We started racing. So we sent the car to DMC, to Dennis at DMC, and we just let him finish the car. Kind of rushed him a little bit. We're like, look, we need this thing in 4 weeks. And he was like, what? So he re-front halved it and threw and put the 481X in it and finished the head. I mean, I did a lot of work to do. Jeff Leslie, I guess, did the headers, but like there was a lot of work. And then he wired the car, got it done, mounted the front end, did a little bit of fiberglass work. I mean, just to put in a lot of work, and it really needed to stay there for probably another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And so the minute he had it started, is I was there that afternoon or the next day. I loaded it in a trailer, drove back from Boston, and we literally put it on the 2-step. We got back to the shop, put a tune-up in it, and played with it a little bit, and we seriously went to the races. And we tuned it, tested it, and fixed all the little stuff that, you know, new car blues
Right.
as we were racing it. And so, in my opinion, it was probably a mistake. I probably shouldn't have brought the car out last year. I hit the last 6 races, and they were 6 races in a row with, you know, back to back to back to back. So no time to, hey, it needs to go back to the chassis shop, it needs to go do this. We just kept stepping on our feet, and the car just, you know, it had a lot of problems. You know, we had the tires grab the tubs, rip the wiring out of it, you know, and it's all so only got to win 1 round. And then, you know, the next, you know, like you said, if you watch the video where I about crashed it 4 times, it was a deal where, you know, it's a new car, and my guys, I'm filming, so it's their job to get the car ready, and they got it all ready, and they said, hey, they need you up there in 3 minutes, Chuck. They're waiting for you to make the test pass for them. I'm like, okay. So it was the last round of testing. So they, you know, threw the front end and stuff on it. Well, on the 481X, you know, we hooked a vacuum to it, cool the motor off, and adjust the valves and gas. Well, the catch can hoses didn't get hooked back up to the valve covers.
Yeah.
So they were crossed and laid in front of the motor. So went up there, didn't burn out, no problem. Went to build boost, and what it was just blowing all the, you know,
Blow by.
Instead of going to the catch cans, it was blowing it right in the turbos. It was lazy. Anyway, finally it bumped in the beams, took off. Car actually hauled ass, made a good pass. But it just like I drove it 190 mile an hour straight into black ice.
Yeah.
And it was trying to come out from under me. And it was so slick, you know, so all I did was I just sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, I'm a professional and I can say anything. Look, that was like I did everything I could do. I pulled the shoes, I hit the brakes, off the brakes, you know, and tried to stay in front of it instead of trying to be behind the wheel. I tried to stay in front of it. And like I said, I mean, I feel like I crashed the car 4 times and I actually did nothing.
Yeah. I feel like
And unfortunately, you know, I did everything that
you're supposed to do.
I'm pretty, what I should say, comfortable in a car. Like I don't panic. I try not to panic. So it was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna crash it. So I'm gonna do everything I can to not crash it. And it literally, I probably should have bounced off the wall 3 or 4 times. And, you know, I got lucky. You know, I see guys not pull the chutes. I'm a guy that the chutes are out as I'm crossing the strikes because, hey, look, stuff happens. You know?
Yeah.
And the car gets crazy and gets completely out of control. I mean, hey, man, there's time. I think this is one of them. I think if I don't pull the chutes, it probably would have went ahead and maybe, you know, got into the wall. Could have been really
It looked like it straightened itself up some when you did pull them from the videos you had.
Yeah, I can. And so that's it. That's just me. That's how I drive the car, and I cover the chutes, whether it be up the street, whether it be at the track. And I may not be the fastest guy out there, the most mile an hour, and maybe we have 6 miles of shutdown. I've seen too many cars. Daddy Dave for one, and I busted his butt about it. And he was trying to run down Bobby Ducote at Georgia, and it was way back. I mean, the car just went sideways. I don't know what happened. I don't know if oil got out of the tire or whatever, but he didn't hit the wall till past the 1320.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dave, if you'd have pulled the chutes at the strike, because we have such a shutdown, but if you'd have pulled the chutes, in my opinion, yeah, the car may have gotten crazy down there, but the chutes would have kept it off the wall. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I may be wrong, but that's just an example of, I think these cars are going too fast, and stuff happens. I think the chutes, I don't know. I'm just.
I mean, you guys have even gotten in the habit of pulling them on the street if you get too out of shape.
Do I?
Y'all pull them on the street if you get too out of shape.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think it's a tool. It's a tool of racing where I think you can, if it's out of shape, I think the chutes can help you out.
For sure. So let me ask you this.
And obviously, the streets you're not going as much mile an hour as you are on the track.
Yeah.
But we're still running nowadays. We're still seeing 150, 160 mile an hour passes on the street. Like the street is getting faster and faster and faster and faster. So America's List is going to be very impressive. I think the last 5 or 6 nights of racing is the fastest passes I've ever seen made on an asphalt road in my entire life. Videos, non-videos, in person, and I think it's impressive. So I think America's List, everybody's gonna love it. Just fast racing on there, and these cars are not gonna quit getting faster. And we were all told, back in the day, concrete can go fast, asphalt you can't. Well, I can just tell you, we've been faster on asphalt than we've been on concrete.
Really?
As of America's List, yes. So,
Well, I tell you what.
but anyway,
What's neat, Chucko, is that what's neat for the spectator, the viewer, the fan, is that now that the draggy has been invented, you kind of get an idea. Y'all talk about what the draggy said after a run, and you put this tune-up in is according to what you've tested with the draggy, so it gives perception, it gives context to how fast y'all are actually going on the street, which is ridiculous.
yeah, and we kind of know how. Look, most of them are off a little bit. Some of them are dead on, but if you run it at the track, you kind of know how far your drag is off, and we just use it for a tool. It may not be an exact time that we know, but we can see the mile an hour. And it's a tool. We know. All right, look, we just picked up 2 numbers. We know we're in the right direction.
Yeah.
Look, we turned it up. We lost 2 numbers. All right, let's turn it back down right there. So the drag is a pretty cool tool. When you don't have all you do is look at data and
Sorry, it's a little hot in this room with all this equipment running. I'm going to have to take another drink.
do what?
It's hot in this room with all the equipment running. I'm going to have to drink some more beer.
Well, I'm driving, so
Yeah, all right.
It's
So-
satisfactory if I grab a Red Bull vodka,
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Chuck.
I'm very responsible, my kids.
Right. Let me ask you another question, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to try to get Lyle Barnett on after you, who you know very well. And the guy's one of those that you can put in any car and he's going to win.
Yeah.
You've been on
A lot of different stuff.
you've been on Street Outlaws for 14 seasons now.
This is 10 years.
10
We
years.
started this in 2012. It came on TV in 2013, and we laughed and said, "No one's going to watch us. No one wants to watch this crap, and it's going to be one and done. But we're just going to do it anyway, And we're on Pinks. We
Yeah.
did the Pinks thing. It was on there. We were on there twice, I think, and us and those dudes, and so and then here it is. 10 years later.
Well, I mean, think about it. You were on New Orleans spinoff show. You were on JJ spinoff show, The America's List, Fastest in America. I mean, just every damn show just about. And all that driving experience, all that seat time on the streets, all the seat time at the tracks, redemption races, which you used to run. plus all the import stuff. Street Outlaws may not last forever. It may spin off to eternity. But you feel like down the road there could be a future in you driving professionally in another way, like a fuel car or something? You ever thought about doing that?
I would love to hang out with Clay Milligan and drive a top fuel car.
That would be cool.
And here's the deal. Like you're asking my opinion because that's what it is.
Yeah. Just do you feel like you would be? I know you think it'd be cool, but to be competitive at that level, you ever thought about that?
Yeah. Well, okay. And so here's the way I look at it. Okay. Yes, Street Outlaws it's not gonna last forever. No show lasts forever.
Right.
The 405 show has been up and down. We have some ideas. We've sat down, and the 405 show still has the best ratings out of all the shows.
Yeah.
Discovery Channel loves No Prep Kings. I think No Prep Kings will outlast all the street shows.
Okay.
Just because you see the crowds there.
Yeah.
I honestly think No Prep Kings will be the last show to go away, and there's no reason it can't last 10 years.
Right.
That's just my honest opinion. The street stuff, changing stuff up, keeping people interested. I think we have ideas what we want to do on the 405 show, and we'll see how the ratings will tell us. They either like it or they don't like it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to quit racing. I've raced since I was 16, 17 years old. I started racing motorcycles, made a name for myself, traveled the country. Fortunately, discovered women when I was about 23 years old and kind of ruined my motorcycle career. I focused on something different, and then got into cars, got into imports. I've always raced something my entire life. I'm gonna race something, whether it's wheelchairs. I'm gonna race until they throw dirt on us. That's just what it's gonna be, And my girls love racing. I've already bought them a car. They have a '65 Mustang.
I've seen it. Yeah.
That they are waiting on me to update it. They don't like the Pro Star wheels on it. They don't like the chrome bumpers. They need to modernize it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. And they will be able to drive it this year. And look, I would love to be able, Madeline is 17, Miranda's 14, but I would love for them to be able to come hang out with me, go to all the No Prep Kings, enter their car in the 7.0 class or whatever, you know what I mean? That little turd back there, 14-year-old.
Yeah.
They both have their own razors. She can wheel a car.
That's cool. I've seen videos of that.
And she drives by the seat of her pants, and they've both been driving. She's been driving. You were racing junior dragsters when you were 8, and I lied about her age, so she was driving an 899 car when she was 8. I said, well, she looks 10. But anyway, it was an outlaw track, so it didn't matter. But regardless, they both have been driving, and I would love to have my girls travel with me, and I'm a fan of girls in drag racing, and
Well, there's a show called Gone Girl.
I like Kate Morton. I think they're good for drag racing. I think maybe when it started it was a guy's sport, but I like the fact that there's women in this, and man, how proud could you be stand there and watch your daughter, look, Pat has to be.
Oh yeah.
His girls drive, and they're good drivers, and we all make mistakes, but I think Lizzie's gonna be hard to beat this year. I think with the rules that I saw, she's a little bit lighter, and I think that car can get that light, and I think Lizzie Busey has one of the top cars to win the championship.
Yeah, and it's good to see them still using a nitrous combination because you gotta have diversity in the class.
Yeah, you do. No, and I like it. And look, we all know the Pro Chargers needed a little bit. They need some lead trophies.
Yeah.
They got it. I didn't think nitrous needed to be lighter if the Pro Chargers got weight. I think they went the wrong way there, but it's just my opinion, and this year will tell. From what I understand and what I'm seeing, it looks like nitrous got a break, Pro Chargers got a lead trophy, and it looks like the difference from last year is they're 150 to 200 pounds difference between the nitrous cars and the Pro Charger cars. I think that's too much.
Yeah.
showing, you know, you got to listen to all the Facebook people, you know, and Chuck's washed up, and you know, and you can't even buy it, you know what I mean? And so I rushed the deal. It's not my fault. The car went to the chassis shop. It went to Mike Duffy when we got done with Bradenton at the end of last year, and I just picked it up 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
So I spent a lot of money. We fixed a lot of stuff. We updated a lot of stuff, and it is. I'm confident, and you know, Duffy is. You know, he's built all my cars, and you know, and he can build it. And the year after he builds it, he'll be like, yeah, you know, that thing's kind of pop shit. You know, and I'm like, I mean, I just paid you a lot of money to build it. He's, yeah, I know, but it could be better. And for him to be excited, he's excited about going and testing this car. And I said, hey, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I go, I need your help. And I go, I know you don't want to travel that much, but you are at least going. I want you to go to half the No Prep Kings races with me. He's a smart individual, and I think he's a guy. Look, you know, you got to have a great team to win a championship. And so we talked, and I think I might have a pretty good crew this year, and to give myself a chance at that championship. But he's excited about going and testing, and I think we're geared up. You know, we have spare motors, spare heads. We can build an extra motor. We have 2 trannies. We have 2 rear ends. We have 4 sets of wheels. I mean, like, I feel like we have an arsenal that, and with having my chassis guy there, he's that type of guy that he wants some fiberglass repair in the trailer. He wants some tubing. He needs a welder. And he goes, if we crash this thing and hit the wall, I got 45 minutes to fix it so you can get back up there for the next round. He goes, we're there to win. You know, we're not there for the car show. And
Nice.
so he's got the attitude that I like. We do whatever we got to do to win. So I think I have something to prove this year. I haven't done very good especially the last year. You know, at the end of season 3, Ryan Martin was the winningest driver. No Prep Kings had the most round wins. And what was crazy is the guy that had the second most round wins was Chuck. Not crazy. I mean, with Birdman winning season 1,
Murillo 2.
Murillo season 2, you would think, but no. Ryan Martin had, and I went that many rounds. But I only won 1 No Prep King race. I beat Ryan in Bowling Green in the finals, and that's my only win. But back then I could compete, you know.
Yeah.
And season 1, 2, and then 3 is kind of going away. Season 4, I had a car that was 3/10 off. You know, we all saw the Justin Swanstrom and Chuck. You know, I had to guess on the light. And, you know, it is what it is. I had a car, and I didn't have a chance.
Chuck, on that guessing the light thing, I think y'all should just be like, none of this gentleman's agreement shit. If you want to take the chance, just do it. I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna whine about guessing a light. You've been racing that light since Redemption before No Prep Kings.
Yeah, right. And here's the deal. They can take it away or they can leave it. It doesn't bother me either way. I don't care if they can leave it the way it is or they can take it away. I'll race whatever they show up there. But for a TV show, look at the controversy that light caused this year.
Oh yeah.
Look at I need you to drive by the scales because we can't be friends. Like, there's controversy, and that sells on TV.
Oh yeah.
And
It's real drama, it's not manufactured drama, it's real.
It's real drama. And hey, look, in drag racing, anybody's been on drag racing, you don't have to add drama. I mean, there's going to be drama in drag racing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put $40,000 up for grabs and expect us all to play nice.
For sure. There's too many A-type personalities involved.
Yes, yeah. And we all don't like each other, do we? I mean,
Speaking of that,
I'm not fans of her, you know. There's some of them I just don't like that.
speaking of that,
Do I?
speaking of that, let's talk about the pink elephant in the room.
What's the pink elephant?
Robin Roberts and all of that drama.
Yeah.
What a post you made, Chuck.
Do what?
What a post that you made on Facebook. Do you regret saying any of that?
Absolutely. I said it. Look. It was a weird race.
Right?
It was not right, and we kind of just stood there, you know. And look, I'm all for. Let me just put it this way: I'm root for my team.
Right.
I'm going to cheer for them. I'm going to, yes, I'm going to clap. Good job. We needed that win. I will never, I don't like disrespecting the other, like, F you guys, like, that's what you get, I don't really like talking to the other team.
Right.
I think we should all high five each other, we should celebrate, and we go back to the drawing, go back to the pits, and we get ready for the next round. And look, nothing against Melanie. I like her. I probably like her more than I like Robin. But because she's passionate.
Right.
She's passionate. You can definitely tell she's passionate about it. It's not the same the first time. She got into it with Melissa Swanster, and I was like, this is going to be ugly. So she's passionate. But here's, I think the problem lays is, look, cheer yourself. But she made a mistake by, they were upset that we had the road for testing, and the 405, we had the road for testing in Chicago, and they were just parked there, and they're like, and they made them leave. And for some reason, they thought that was Ryan's doing. And Ryan is not a bad guy, and so it wasn't Ryan's doing. It was production. There was nothing you could do about it, and they were very, very mad. So when Robin Roberts drew Ryan, it was like, here's how we get even. And then, juicing, Ryan was never in on the Tuesday. It just, he was never, it just was a bad deal. So she was excited, and as soon as they called him a win, she ran straight to our lane, gave us the finger, and said, that's what you get, F the 405, I'm like, and look, I'm not going to lie about it. I mean, she said it, and look, and that's why I'm not going to lie about what I said, what I mean? Like, she definitely come over there and stuff, and obviously it's on TV. I mean, you don't have to take my word for it. It's on TV. You can tell she was letting us off. But she came to our lane. I'm like, it's like, I'm dumbfounded because, one, I don't think the race is going to end up the way they think it is, so we're kind of waiting to see what's going on, and she's excited, and she's rooting on her husband, and I get that. She just took it a little far. And so, I'm not very good when someone gets in my face.
Clearly, we've seen that over the years.
Yeah, so I called her the C word and showed her that I was still number one. and look, and a couple of guys stood up and said, hey, whoa, you don't talk to a woman like that. And I said, yeah, look, you're right, but I'm not going to, I didn't know we were going to get in my face. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm not disrespecting her. She's over here, saying this. And I go, first of all, y'all are supposed to be, y'all were friends with Ryan. Why are we saying F Ryan Martin? And look, she's just passionate, and she just did it. She handled it the wrong way. She should have stayed in her lane. And it is what it is. And I saw Robin made a post, and he made it look like his wife, not going to back down from a guy, which is perfect. I have respect for any woman that'll stand up to a guy. The problem is, it didn't happen the way he would. It was like she did all that because I, called her the C word and flipped her off before anything else happened, and that's just not happening. It didn't happen that way. So I gave it all day. I watched his post, and I gave it all day, and I was like, okay, well, he's not going to change the story, so I copied and pasted it, and I told the real story. And, it is what it is.
It's sometimes people need to be called out for that when they're being a little hypocritical, I guess.
Look, and he's sticking up for his wives, and I get it, and I respect the man for doing that, but and like I said, I think there was some led-up drama to all that happen, but I think Robin, I think, his wife needs to be he needs to put her in check, because here's the deal. I'll tell you why Robin Roberts didn't know prep keys. And one person, in my opinion, got him there. That was Ryan Martin. So, I probably wouldn't say F Ryan Martin.
Yeah.
Like Ryan goes, hey, stay and kick him out. I think Ryan and Robin were still pretty decent fans. I don't like how I saw him, Robin beat Ryan fair and square in Darlington. Was it Darlington? Yeah. And the cheering was excessive,
Yeah.
because Ryan would win the championship. And hey, power to him, but same thing. You don't look at the other lane and go, that's what, what I mean?
But you don't bite your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah. Lose with pride, win with pride.
You're right.
That's, and so it is what it is. But, I said it, and that's why I went on there. I'm like, well, yeah, I did. I called the C word. Showed her I was number one. But yeah, everybody knows me. I'm not a saint. I don't carry a Bible around with me. I'm not a horrible guy.
Well, the thing about it is you never pretended to be a saint and then acted like you acted. Everybody's always known you to be who you are.
Yeah. So so anyway, it is what it is, and I get it. It's over and done with, and he probably should have just not said nothing about it, because I think when he made the post, then it just brought up the Brandon James deal. We can't be friends. And
Yeah.
He really just dug himself a deeper hole, unfortunately. So.
No.
But hey, TV. Look, in TV, I'll say this right now. My guy's like, who in the hell, like, got this Justin Swanson guy come out of nowhere and blah blah blah, and everybody's like, well, this is his first season. I'm like, no, this is his second season.
Yeah.
And I said, and they're like, who in the hell let this asshole in? And I'm like, hold on a second. And so Ryan's like, Chuck, you want to tell him something? I'm like, and so we're in a 405 meeting, and Sam's like, well, I mean, what do you mean who let him in? And I go, I think it was Doc or somebody. And I said, you know why Justin Swanson's here? I said, because I recommended him. And they're like, are you serious? I go, they've been grudge racers. I think they'll be great for TV. I think they're good, passionate racers. And he brought his nitrous car. Unfortunately, wrecked it up at Norwalk. And so he hit 2 or 3 races, didn't do anything. Raced his way in and didn't make it. And so then he took the initiative, built a new car, got a good combo, and look, he did good this year.
Yeah.
And then, but a lot of people hate him. Like, a lot of people are like, you smart ass, you just, what you're, and look, but it causes controversy. Robin Roberts kind of dug him a hole. So you gotta have people you like, and you have to have people. I have plenty of haters that hate me. I'm okay with it, But that's what makes drag racing good. You root for the people you like. You watch every Monday night, so you can make fun of me, whatever I did, And then same thing. I mean, they can bash on Robin Roberts, or they watch so they can make fun of Justin Swanson. But regardless, it makes for a good TV show.
Or Reaper and his brother.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you followed every type of drag racing like I have, radial. Swanstroms were killers in RVW with a nitrous combination when it was, they talked as much. I seen that guy at the track after hours while everybody's drinking, foot race guys that looked like NFL cornerbacks and beat them for $5,000. He always is about the gamble and the race and having fun.
And you have to respect that.
Yes.
And so I thought we brought a few people there, and I just thought they would be good for TV. Are y'all ready? We'll walk in.
Yeah.
What's that?
We were gonna go in.
Oh, go ahead. You need money? Here, I'll sit here, and then I'll meet you in there. So go here. Let me give you money. Do you know how much it is to get in? Here, I'll just use some tape. There's $40.
Just give him the black American Express.
And I'll just, yeah. So, yeah, I'll just meet y'all in there. I'll just call you when I get in there.
We won't be much longer. I won't keep you, Chuck.
So, you what?
We won't have to stay much longer. You've done a great job.
I mean, yeah, no, I'll be inside. We're usually going in and they get, and I'll be up. So we're good. So anyway, yeah, no, I thought it would be great for TV, and some of my guys from the 405 are like, they may not be fans of him, and look, me and Justin never really got into it. I thought he needed to be brought down to earth after a couple things, and obviously Big Country was not very happy the way but and look, and you could say I did him dirty. It is what it is. I slow played it. I watched him. He always makes everybody else stage first. He makes them start their car first before they pull into the burnouts. And I watched it. I just watched it, and I'm like, I'm going to make him do everything that he doesn't do. I'm going to make him so uncomfortable. I'm gonna own every piece of real estate in his head before we leave the line.
Well, that's what you have to do for a guy who's. He's that confident. He's that comfortable in the car that he'll just.
No, he's and look, the kid, he's a good driver. His dad's a good driver too. Like, I like him, but I just thought they were kind of being disrespectful. I don't know. I just thought it could be done. And look, hell, it made good TV. And look, it could have not worked. What happens if I guess light no red? Then they're mad at me. I look like an idiot, and he still wins the race, and I go home first round. But guess what? It worked.
Yeah.
It worked, and it caught in it. I think it was one of the best rated shows we had all season. Like, so, and so they, obviously Justin never said anything to me. He didn't say one word to to it. Obviously, Melissa was not very happy, but she didn't really say anything to me. Big Country told me, which highway to take and how he was gonna, he voiced his opinion.
Yeah.
Which we saw it on TV. But look, and we talked all week. Like he messaged me all week, and and I'm like, look, man, I'm just gonna be really honest with you. I know you're mad. When I pulled out of Maple Grove, I left it right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the race. I left that at Maple Grove, and then by the end of the week, he was like, you know what? Because everybody's like, yeah, dude, Big Country's gonna whoop Chuck's ass at the next race. Like, we're gonna go to the starting line, he's gonna smack the shit out of him. And I'm like, look, he's a big old dude.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt. I'm not gonna stand there, but it's probably gonna hurt. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, I just told him, I said, dude, I left that in Maple Grove. It's over. I did what I wanted to do. You're not happy about it. I did it. It's over. Let's go to the next race. And then, and it was left right there. And so I think, my opinion, I think they're a little more humble and they're better racers and I think they're a little more respectful. I don't know. I feel like it was something that needed to be done, and I think I don't know. It's just my opinion. I may be crazy, but I think they're a little more respectful of And I told him, I said same thing. Win with pride, lose with pride. You lost. I may have did you dirty, but hey, dude, all right, we'll get his ass next time. Instead, he called me some names. I called him some names.
Right. Well, I mean, Chuck, you've been through lawsuits and busted teeth and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of years of spitting in faces and all that kind of stuff, and it's all been good TV. It may have not. It may have been stuff that you may have regretted doing later on down the road. You've learned from it. You've grown from it. You're a better person.
Yeah, and look, I've made mistakes, but one thing about for the TV stuff, I know we got those people out there. Well, he probably didn't follow the script. This is the post unscripted. Like, this is unfortunately it's me. The TV. I don't turn up for the TVs. I don't do anything extra for the TV. I grew up, fighting and I'm not the best person in the world. Do I think I'm a better person now than when the show started 10 years ago? Yes, I do. But I'm still not I'm not a saint, and I'm not a perfect person. I've made tons of mistakes, and guess what? I'm gonna make more mistakes. I try to keep my mouth shut on social media, and try not to get. And I try to, even in person, I try not to. But it just happens. I'm that guy that unfortunately I can't back down. I know sometimes I should turn the other cheek, and I can't do it. I was not raised that way, and so I'm gonna make more mistakes as the years come. But I'm trying to be a better person, but I want to win races, but I'm not going to.
Well, if you back down, Pawpaw Sightseer wouldn't be very happy.
I was raised by my grandfather, and he's 92 years old, and my kids go, I said, he did take her shit. He beat my ass. And they're like, oh, Grandpa. I'm like, no. They go, but he's so little. And I go, he was the meanest SOB. I thought it was child abuse. Today, it would be child abuse.
Right. Did you ever get a V-belt across your behind?
But guess what I learned?
Yeah.
And it was one of the things that, like this day and age, my grandfather said, my little brother was bigger. He played football, and all I could do is play soccer. My kids running for some reason. So they, suck.
We don't have enough.
You don't have enough money?
It's 41.
Okay, well, you don't have, what's the change here?
We're warming up.
Okay, well, okay. So, we should buy 3 tickets? Just 2?
Just $2. And I told Miranda, the girl wasn't paying attention. We were just going to walk up in there. She's like, really? No. Not
Life lessons right here, Chuck. Let's see them. Have fun, girls.
So yes, so these girls here, so Grandpa, 92-year-old Grandpa, like, just
What
like,
about-
they can't believe, like, they're like, Dad, there's nobody so little and so nice. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, he used to backhand me, like, he is the meanest man I've ever known. But I respected him. And okay,
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh, yeah.
And so he made us wrestle, and I'm like, I ain't wrestling. Guess what? It's life lessons. It taught you discipline and
Well, Rogan talks about it all the time. Everybody should do some mixed martial arts or jiu-jitsu or something to learn how to lose in life.
yeah.
Because you're going to lose.
Here's the deal. Look, MMA and UFC and stuff, like, that would, I mean,
You would have been there.
I would have loved, if that would have been popular when I was 13, 14, that 100% that's what I've done.
Oh, yeah.
I graduated, I was 108 pounds.
Oh, my.
Everybody-
108?
I wrestled my 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade at 108 pounds.
Oh, my God. I was 175.
108 pounds when I graduated. And so I was a little scrawny, cut up. I played soccer. I could wrestle. I fought 3 times a week. Yeah, I mean, like, I love to fight.
Yeah.
And if you can believe it just made, and look, I'm too old. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't recover. Like, I tried not to fight. I don't want to fight anymore. I've been in fights my whole life. I'm not a badass. I've just done it a lot. You know?
Okay, Chuck.
So,
Pay-per-view, off the chain, we would be millionaires. You and Jerry Bird, who would win? You're about the same size.
right now, I bet 45 seconds I couldn't breathe. No, for real. Like, so I'm doing breathing track, and this is so after the second time I had COVID, like I have never, like, so I'm going to the gym right now, trying to lose about 25, 30 pounds before
Okay.
the prep team starts. So I'm working hard at it. I can barely do that. So I'm doing lung treatments.
Oh.
I'm working on it. So I'm telling you right now, if I had to fight in the ring, if I don't knock him out with like the first or second punch, I'm done. Because in 45 seconds, they're gonna have an ambulance pick me up. I'm not gonna breathe.
Okay,
So,
big into the track. Big into the track. Adrenaline's running. Jerry, you guess on Jerry Bird. He's pissed. He comes and gets in your face. Who's winning that?
well, I don't know. I have a lot of respect for those guys. So here's the deal. Jerry Bird. So like what happened with Dave.
Yeah.
Jerry Bird whooped the shit out of Dave. He smacked Dave. Dave might try, but Jerry Bird whooped the shit out of Dave. Jerry Bird would not do that to me.
No.
I think he has enough respect for me because he knows. Because here's the deal. He knows he's gonna have to fight me.
Right.
Right.
He pushes you in the chest. Y'all gonna be sore in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Like, yeah, I'll be crippled for the next 2 weeks. even if he doesn't hit me, I'll be crippled.
Right.
So, but here's the deal. I would, out of respect for them, I like those guys because I know if I went down their face, he's gonna punch me in the face.
Right.
I'm gonna have to fight.
Right.
And so, and that's when, like, you can read there's certain people. A lot of people don't really want to fight. A lot of people want to be loud.
Yeah.
But you know what? I want to fight. I don't want to fight anymore. Yeah. So Jerry Bird, I think he'd get out and be like, you know, first of all, I'd be like, hey man, god damn it, that was chicken shit, you know. But I'm not gonna get in his face like Dave did, and because I know he's gonna want to hit me, and I'm gonna hit him, and then we're both gonna be fighting, and then we're both gonna be skin up and crippled, and I'm probably gonna run out of oxygen, and if he's smoking, then maybe he runs out of oxygen, and then we can both sit there and talk about it until the ambulance gets there to pick us up. You know? But out of respect for, I would, because I know I'm not fighting. And so,
Yeah.
But we've always been on the same page. I've always liked those guys.
I think it's like electricity. Y'all have a mutual respect for each other, and they're not gonna go there.
Yes, I like, and so, so I don't think it would ever. That's what this. I mean, if it happened, it happened. But
Now everybody wants to see you or somebody whip Bobby to Cody's ass.
I like Bobby too. I mean, so Bobby, somebody was doing something. So they were trying to set up in the ring. Me and Bobby were going to fight 3 rounds, 3 2-minute rounds. They were going to pay us the stuff, and we're UFC style, whatever. And Bobby said, well, don't hit me in the face, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, if we're going to do this for real, like, I can't play fight.
Right.
Here's what's going to happen. The first time you hit me, or the first time you try to tackle me, I'm gonna thumb your eyeball out, and I'm gonna try to break your neck, and you're gonna get mad. And he goes, well, Chuck, I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't even last 1 round. I go, well, then you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
I'm not interested. I don't know if you can pay me enough. I'm not interested. Like
I know.
I'm not in good enough shape.
And I got to be honest, Bobby has gotten more respectful now that his car's competitive, and he's not as goofy, and he just seems like a regular guy now, in my opinion, on TV.
And we still give him a hard time. We tell him, I told him, I said, man, I'm over 50 now. You can fight me. Oh, no, come on, Chuck. That's what you picked on all these other, but I like Bobby, and I didn't like him a long time ago. But I like Bobby.
Yeah, he's come a long way.
This guy's like, me and Kai didn't get along, and dude, I like Kai.
Yeah.
I think I have respect for him, and he's won in just about everything he's got, and I really like Kai. So same thing. We didn't get along at a certain time, and I called him a baby, and he quits every 3 days, but he's same thing. He's growing up, and I don't like him. He's fast. I have respect for him. So
all those guys have become very astute racers, as y'all have,
Right.
So.
Well, look, we don't have a choice. We race more than anybody. Think about it. We put more passes on our cars than anybody in the world.
Oh, for sure. 100%. More than NASCAR guys.
And they race 5 races a year. At America's List, I went through my motor needs to be freshened up. I put over 50 passes tested and racing at America's List in 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's crazy.
People don't put 50 passes on their car in a year.
A lot of people only race 3 radial races a year.
There you go. And so I put more passes on my car in January of 2022 than most people put on there all year. And then I've got the motor out of it. In fact, I'm going to drop it off at Shannon Morgan's and Morgan & Sons this week. And that car's going to sit there until obviously everybody knows there's a little bit of controversy on the 405 show. We don't know if we're going to have the same race master. So it's on hold. We were going to film it this month, so it's going to be put off until probably July or maybe at the end of this year. But we're going to film. We got to film another 405 show. But right now, no prep kings. Everybody's gearing up for that. And everybody's still on the internet. The mega race they're filming the mega race right now.
Okay.
So Brian Martin, JJ, Kai Kelly, and Berger Nova are the 4 competitors in it. And,
Okay.
So they're filming it right now. They're building cars, and you're going to get to see it. And I think it's going to be a cool deal. So they'll finish that up before No Prep Kings. But that's what they're doing right now. And then we'll figure out what's going to happen. 405 show is going to go on. We just, hope.
Well, I'm a big fan of the Midwest Customs YouTube channel. Chief and Jackie are doing a good job with that. And seeing them build small tire cars, I think small tire big end stuff is going to kick this year like we've never seen. And you going to bring out the black car?
I don't want to give away everything we're doing. Black car's been freshened up.
Good.
Nova is almost done with his small tire car. Ryan is working on his small tire car. And I will tell you, and I think that's how we're going, you're still going to see some big tire racing on the street.
I think it'll be way more relatable to see y'all doing that on the show.
Small tire opens the door and reopens the street scene and the 405 list. And does it give us another 5 years? Does it give us another 8 years? Who knows? You don't know if you don't try it.
Right. Dude, I'm a big fan of that. I want to get involved. The wagon's getting rewired in a grid right now, and I fit. So,
So in my opinion, I think we build small tire cars that are kind of like everybody else in the country, and then let's do some extreme daily driver racing too. I think daily drivers, extreme daily driver racing and small tire stuff. I think, and obviously we already got our big tire cars. So say we do 5 or 6 episodes of big tire, but here's the deal: small tire. Look at all they're out there. How many cities can we race?
Oh, yeah.
You can just start. Hey, we're gonna race these 10 guys. So I think.
Well, the Chicago race showed that that a small tire can have some fun even with y'all, and y'all can do some different things with setting people out or the move or whatever, like we used to do back in the day on just for fun, just trying to get the cars a little more equally balanced or get the race equal or just hustle your way into something.
Yeah.
But do
the small tire stuff, if everybody's got 28 10.5s, there's an equalizer.
Yeah. Well,
and we don't build full tube chassis cars like I'm talking. My car has all the glass in it.
Yeah.
It has no Lexan. It has a fiberglass hood and a fiberglass trunk.
Yeah.
And it's a real car with a dash, carpet. Like, it's not your fully gutted 2,200 pound nitrous, and that's what we're probably not going to race.
Yeah.
We're going to race more stuff that people can relate to. Like when this show started, we had real cars.
Right.
My car ran. I don't even know how fast my car was when this show started, but I think the fastest it ever been. It had never been in fours. It had been like 505 or something at the track. So on the street, it ran 550s, 570s.
Yeah.
When this show started, to the deal to where I think I ran 30s on the street, in
Yeah.
my car. And so that's crazy. So I think, and we're kind of out of touch. We pushed ourselves so hard, and so we push ourselves to be better. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think there's 10 people from any city in the world that can come to Oklahoma City or we can match them on the street and they can't beat us. 10 people, not recruited people, 10 people like we have for the 405.
Yeah.
I don't think we beat on big tire cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's that.
Well, I told you, and you agreed with me 2 years ago. Y'all outclassed yourself with the nation on the street because y'all had to step up to be the best, and now the cars are so outrageously fast. The regular working guy can't test and be prepared to do what y'all do for a living.
You're exactly right. That average working guy can't go to a street race, America's List, and have two motors, have a spare motor as a trailer,
Right.
and have crew guys, and then you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so you're right. The average person can't do that. So so we've sat down and talked about it. Let's reel it back in a little bit.
Yeah.
And what's a better way to do that than just small tire racing? The whole show may not be small tire racing, but
A bunch of it. Yeah. And you saw with.
if we can sort out half of it, half and half, where you all see, some small tire racing, some daily driver racing, and a few big tire races, and then let's just see which episode everybody likes.
Yeah.
And it opens the door for us to go, hey, get 10 of your buddies together
Yeah.
on this race. And it just opens for more episodes, and obviously we've learned. I really think this year, within the next year or so, I think we film 12 months out of the year.
Wow.
We have the 405 show, which I don't think is going away. We have No Prep Kings, which obviously we travel the country. We had Cash Days, the one Boosted ran.
Yeah.
That show, I don't know if we'll do it. That didn't have great ratings, but it's still there, and they still kind of want to do it. America's List, I think it's going to be better than it was. I think everybody will like the format better than last year. So I think America's List is going to take a boost up. So obviously we learned that we could go to South Texas and film an entire season in 4 weeks in January.
Yeah.
Nobody races in January, but we did it.
Yeah.
And so I think, look, with COVID and everything like that, TV is more popular than it's ever been.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I know you don't like to talk about the other spin-off shows a lot, but the relatability about a lot of those cars on there, and the Gone Girl show and all that, they were small tire basically cars that those girls had. Lizzie's car and all those, and they were cool looking cars that the regular guy has in his garage. So it gets it back to that.
And that's what happened when we did this show. We talked about it. We're like, look, you can't go to an NHRA race and go, man, I'm gonna build a car commander and kick John Force's ass.
Mhm.
Like a practical guy can't think about that, and that's why the show did so good at first.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're the John Forces of street racing,
100%.
big tire stuff, and the average guy can't do that. So, but I think we got to be smart enough, and I think we've talked about it enough. You've got to reel it back in, and we build the cars that you can bring your car in races. Your neighbor can grab his car, and people can go,
Well, to be fair, y'all had to when people are bringing pro mods like Kai and showing up when he called it a pro mod, when it was a top sportsman style car out to the street, and then y'all's semi pro mod, or not quite as far along cars, were getting beat. So then you step up, then he steps up, then everybody steps up, and then some people come out and they swing and they hit and they get a home run against you.
Yep. I mean, and look, the people that were racist had nothing to lose, so they show up with a pro mod. Look, they swing for the fence and they spin the tires. Don't beat us, big deal. But if they beat us, they're the hero.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ask Daddy Dave about that. T-shirts and sell them, and look, say it happens. I mean, there's those guys that take those swings, and I saw you back on Facebook the other day. So,
yeah, he crawled out from underneath a rock, didn't he?
Dude, I mean, that guy, golly. And I don't know. He's had his 6 years of fame before I forget. So,
Yeah.
But hey, in that one pass, like he made T-shirts.
He made a hell of a pass, though. You gotta give it to him. He made a hell of a pass.
Hey, look, and we've never seen anybody do that. We got out hustled. They sprayed their lane. They filled the sprayer. They did it. They did it perfect.
Yeah.
And I still didn't think he could outrun Dave. And look, he did it.
Yeah.
And hats off to him. They won fair and square. And we still haven't heard the end of it. Most of the guys forgot about it. Tuff's never gonna let anybody forget.
No, because that's his 15 seconds of fame. That's his 15 seconds of fame. That's it.
I know. So
Anyway.
it is what it is. But hey, but look, there's a lot of cool stuff that we've got to do, and that's happened in the 10 years we've been doing this. And on TV, like if you look back, there's some pretty good moments.
Yeah.
I mean, I still, people ask me all the time, when it was at that crash in Amarillo, and him and old boy were into it, and stuff for him selling his car, on the internet, put it up for auction, and it brought like 10 grand, and that, and Richard Croft didn't like that, and unfortunately, everybody goes, well, Chuck's the badass. No, it's not that I'm a badass. It's that I caught him just right. He had really shitty teeth, and it just knocked out all his teeth. I mean,
Yeah.
It knocked out the whole top row of his teeth.
Wow.
It knocked it. And there was 2 left in his mouth, and he literally took a pair of pliers and pulled them out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he only had 2 left, and they were pointed backwards. It knocked the whole top row of his teeth out.
Oh.
Like every one of them. But look, I'll just go on record. I'm not a badass. I caught him just right. He walked into it, and he had some shitty teeth.
Yeah.
We went to court. That punch cost me $25,000.
Wow.
I bought his new teeth. I had to pay restitution. Had to pay restitution to the city. Anyway, so it was a $25,000 punch. And
It's just you pay some tuition, and it could have been $250,000.
Well, I mean, yeah. There's more to it. I mean,
Yeah.
he sued me heavily, but it got dismissed. But,
Yeah.
But regardless, it happens, but there's been there's stuff like that you can't take that back.
Right.
There's a lot of cool stuff that's happened on TV, and there was a point to where, when I made my car a big tire car, and I think, I was talking to you back then, a small tire, making a big tire car, and I was still at going out there filming, but I wasn't racing.
Yeah.
Like a season. And a lot of people don't know this, I own my own business. But I didn't have enough money to finish my car and film and raise my family and all that. So I had my own business, and I had to go get a second job. I went back to the Honda dealership and was a service advisor for a year and worked 2 jobs. I had my business, I worked at the dealership Monday through Saturday, and I filmed at night.
Wow.
Yeah, like I put in, it was brutal. It was the hardest year of my life, but it was the best thing I ever did.
It paid off.
I had enough money to make my car a big tire car. I had enough money to pay my bills, take care of my kids, raise my family, do everything you're supposed to do, and I brought that car out as a big tire car. I suffered for a year, and it went to number 1, and for 2 seasons, and guess what? Then I got a raise, and then I quit the dealership, and then within 2 years after that, they liked everything I was doing, and I made some more money and sold my business, and in 2015, and started filming full time, concentrated on filming. I got a little bit bigger raise, and all I could say, and then No Prep King started, and all I could say is that I'm blessed. I love what I do. I enjoy. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy what we do, and I got a lot of cool stuff. I bought a lot of bucket list cars, and I'm lucky. We're just in the right place at the right time, and I'm getting to do my hobby for a living. I don't even feel like I go to work. I feel like it's cheap because I love racing. I want to compete until I can't walk anymore, and so we're just lucky. And I haven't forgot where I come from. I still mow my grandparents' field. I still do the same stuff I did, before but I make a lot more money, and I'm making money doing my hobby.
Right.
It's it's actually crazy. You look back at it, you're like, it's crazy. And people go, well, where do you work? I go, I don't have a job. Like,
Well, if you love what you do, it's not a job, right?
Yeah, I enjoy people, and anybody's ever met me at the races, I enjoy talking to people. I'm not. You can see me at the bar, you can see me at the basketball game, you can see me here at the Science Museum with my kids. I will take a picture with anybody. I'll talk to anybody. I'm a people person.
I've been out to dinner with you. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and I enjoy what I do, and it's my kids think it's kind of cool. Date some hot chicks because of it. It has its advantage, So
right.
I don't, we all make mistakes, and I'm going to make more mistakes, but I am living my best life.
Man.
I love everything I do. I enjoy, I never go, you know what, screw this, I'm walking away. No,
Right.
I love the competition. I love the challenge. I love that everybody's faster and I can't keep up anymore, because that's motivation for me to do what I did over the winter and last year. And I honestly, and I may not get it done. But I think you're going to see, I think I can, all I can say is, remember 2015 when I brought that big tire car out of the street, and they're like, man, Chuck just came out of nowhere.
Right.
I think I got a hot rod, and I think I put an arsenal together, and I think I have a good crew, and I'm going to test and test and test. I'm going to spend a lot of money. The money I make, I'm going to put right back into it. And look, spend money, you can win races. Look at Ryan Martin. I think he's won. Last year he probably won $350,000.
Yeah.
And he spent a bunch of money testing, but look how much he won because he did that.
Right.
So you have to put out the money. You have to spend money to make money.
Yep.
And nobody ever makes money racing, but we're doing it.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're lucky. We're living the dream, and
Hey, one more thing I want to say. What Justin Strawson brought to y'all, to the world, was that people like Wes Buck took a deeper look at what y'all do, and a guy that was all wrapped up in Promod and NHRA and all the big stuff for all those years, now is one of your biggest fans because he realizes how hard it is to be competitive at y'all's level.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, you were there from day one. You saw us. I mean, we had and look, Donald's a great promoter. He's still, we're the Sesame Street Outlaws stuff.
Yeah.
But he's promoting his races, and he does a great job. And he's gonna make fun of us until he ain't a promoter anymore.
Yeah.
And hats off to him. Some of the guys can't stand him. I think he's a great promoter, and he's.
Well, it brings attention no matter what he says to both of you.
And who cares? Why do you let it bother you? But it's the deal that we're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And these cars are kind of fast,
Yeah.
And so, I heard rumors that they're going to be a Coughlin over there racing in No Prep Kings this year.
Yeah.
Hey, so I think it's going to get tougher and tougher, and I think I know there's some inside stuff. I know the NHRA they call Sam 3 times a week. You go, how do we merge these? And Sam's like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
Your NHRA racers, they're paying all this money. He goes, well, we can waive all the memberships, and we can waive. Hey, Sam goes, you don't understand. My guys are making money doing this.
Yeah.
You have rich guys spending money, and so they had Sam get up at the NHRA or one of the banquets, and they said, hey, we He goes, do you want to know how you can make? He goes, you want to know how you can fix NHRA? He goes, look out in the crowd. He goes, there's 45 fat 50-year-old white guys.
Yeah. Where's the new blood? Where's the kids?
50, like Sam goes, I need another 50-year-old fat white guy. I need to hold my head.
Right.
He goes, I want controversy. I want women. And he's right.
Yeah.
But Sam knows how to sell TV, and he's right. Nobody wants to watch the same guys with a bunch of money. They want controversy.
Yeah.
Brandon James, I like the kid. He's young. He's fun, and I like. He's a little bit too nice, but he's learning.
He's learning.
He's too nice. And we look, Kayla was one of the first women racing no prep and stuff, and me and her have had our differences, but I still respect her. She's fast, love her parents, and I saw she's coming back this year.
Oh, that's good.
I like it that she's come back. Lizzie has stepped up the game. I remember when everybody's like, man, Lizzie doesn't even drive a car. She can't. She crashes everything. Dude, Lizzie has stepped up.
She learned a lot.
With Pat being there, I'm telling you, Lizzie is impressive.
Oh yeah, and impressive on the streets.
Yeah, hey, she did. I mean, yeah, no, you're right. It's so, hey, hats off. I mean, it's nobody's gonna go backwards. I know it's probably gonna be to the point where they're gonna have to calm down the rules a little bit to slow us down. Because who would ever thought no prep racing, which we would go faster. I mean, when we were started, 450s would win almost every no prep.
Yeah.
And now you can't compete if you can't run a 399.
Yeah.
You don't have a chance of. You're going to have guys that are going to have to break every pass in order for you to win a race.
Yeah.
So.
All right, dude. I'll let you go hang out with your daughters. That's been a long time. I appreciate it. Thanks for the great interview. And we'll touch base sooner when the No Prep Kings get started.
Okay, yeah. I'll let me. We'll go from there. And like I said, I'm gonna try to put this old Mustang, see if we can't put it up there at the top, and maybe replace Ryan Martin this year.
You're still crazy as shit for trying to win a championship at 101 wheelbase. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Well, hey, power to me. I'm
Right.
a Fox Bunny fan.
I know, right? All right, dude. Take it easy, dude. Thanks a lot.
See you,
Bye.
bro. Bye.
All right. I know you got to get out of here quick. Lyle's been waiting. Let's see if he answers one more time, Steve. Just get real quick with him. Chuck was a little long-winded, but it was good, so I'm not mad at him. But it was good stuff, man. What do you think, Steve? One of our best interviews we've ever done with him.
Yeah, we need to work out our audio stuff.
Yeah. Hey, turn your phone sideways. There you go. Dude, the beard game is strong.
Oh man, it had been tough stuff a while. She's a little bit wild, but yeah, she's there.
Lyle Barnett. This, man, we just had an amazing... I'm sorry it took so long. We had some technical difficulties, and then Chuck was just on a roll, man. And I don't know if you were watching on YouTube while we were doing it, but he was on fire, and it was great. We mentioned... What is it that... What can you get in that you can't win in? I asked Wes Buck this the other day. He said there's not a thing that you couldn't win in if they put you in the driver's seat.
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I said there's one thing that I don't refuse to ride, but I ride very cautiously, and that's a dirt bike. Anything with 2 wheels, I'm out.
Yeah.
But anything with 4 wheels, I will absolutely drive the wheels off of if I can.
Dude, I think we could put you in a big junior dragster and you'd win.
I would damn sure give it my best. That is one thing I've never driven as a junior. When I started drag racing at 15, I was old enough to get in a door car.
Yeah.
So I never went through the junior dragster ranks, but I would definitely try. If I could squeeze in one, I'd definitely make a rip in one.
Hey, well, congratulations on the win in the truck. You'd never driven that thing before. Did you even test before Donald's race with it?
Nope. It had been here. I work at Modern Racing now, where we handle all the pro mod operations.
Yeah.
For the league. And it came in the shop several months ago to have some updates done and some work. And at the time, it didn't have a driver. It didn't really have a crew much at all. But Grant Guthrie that owns it, had been sitting for a while, and he didn't really have a direction for the truck. So he asked me if I would drive it, and I said, if my schedule allows, I'll drive anything.
North Carolina. No Carolina.
No Carolina.
But so.
Okay, wait. You cut out for a second. You were saying that he was so nervous about the bad luck that it paused on us. What were you saying?
Yeah. Okay. So I think he was so nervous that the truck would break while we were testing that he decided we would just take it onto the race. So I did get to make some quote unquote test hits in it, but it was, we don't qualify in the no time world, right? We just make test runs. So
Yeah.
my test runs were technically, if you want to call it qualifying in no time, which are just time runs.
Yeah.
I made like 1 or 2 on Wednesday, 1 or 2 on Thursday, like 1 on Friday, 1 on Saturday before eliminations, and then eliminations started Saturday afternoon, and we blazed right through there. So
How many trucks in it?
there was a 16 truck field.
Oh wow.
Which for an all truck class, I thought that was pretty impressive.
First year too.
You don't see many many trucks. You're starting to see them come into the no prep scene, and like I'm interested in building an S10 at some point, but I need another race car like I need a hole in my head.
Right.
So, but you're starting to see them kind of leach into the no prep world, but you don't see many trucks, period.
Yeah.
If it's not a Fox body or a Camaro, it's pretty rare. So.
Well, the big end guys are doing well with the trucks and on the street too in Mexico.
Yeah. That's what I was referring to. I think that, I mean, the Fox body is always going to be the prominent thing to have, right?
Yeah.
But I think you'll see the trucks starting to become a thing.
Well, I got to tell you,
the number of
the guys that from Houston with All the Gas Racing went up to Hoonigan, which you know those guys, and they raced the Tesla Plaid, and it had 580,000 views in 24 hours.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is because one, the Fox bodies are so common, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I think they're kind of becoming hard to find. All of us have bought them up and cut them apart and turned them into race cars, so you're having to start to try to find other things to turn into race cars.
Yeah, like wagons.
Just happens to be. Yeah, that's race cars. But the truck had ran a couple of years ago. It was the first full size truck to run in the 3 second. Pick the 3 second threshold in the 8th mile. But it hasn't been ran in like a year and a half or 2 years, something like that. And I had fired it up a few times in the shop, but had never driven it. Pete Harrell had never even seen it, nor had he tuned it or plugged a laptop up to it. And my guys that helped me, Josh Udy and David Udy, they had never worked on the truck. But Justin Elks, Ben Stoss, and Mike Earl, that kind of handled putting that thing back together at Modern Racing. They are my crew on the Pro Mod, and they know their way around a boosted Hemi. So they got it put back together. I didn't have anything to worry about as far as, well, is this set up right? Did they tighten this? Is this ready to go? It was all ready. We showed up, and the only run that we spun the tires was the very first run I made and the very last run we made.
Oh wow.
So, but it was pretty cool, man. It was a pedal fest there in the final, and I managed to gather it up, squeak around my buddy Ray Morton by about a half a front end of a 65 C10. It was a pretty good deal.
I got you, man. Well, I've been my first vehicle was a full size Chevy square body, and been a big fan of those. And if I was gonna build a heavy car and it wasn't a wagon, it'd be a cool truck,
Right.
So.
Yeah, those things turned a lot of heads, man. I've never been around or never been associated with a car or truck in this case that got as much attention at the racetrack, and then also on my social media platforms.
Yeah.
Like, it was just unbelievable the views and whatnot that anything I posted got that was related to that truck. So there's something to be said for that, I think, too. If anybody's in the process of wanting to build something cool or something rare, think outside of the box. If you're looking to sell T-shirts or it's a nice eye catcher for fans and you know and guys like us alike.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So let's go through this. Run Radio versus the World. You did a lot of other stuff before that. Racing local, racing index, bracket racing, all that. You go to $10,000 horsepower wars, win that. Go to the second season of that and did well with the situation with the fire and the cars and all that. But then you go on. What was the Netflix one where you raced the fastest cars in America? Yeah, and you went to the finals in that and would have won had you not spun it out. I mean, just here you go. And then we haven't talked because I took a year off of doing this show, and you go and win 2 Wallies in your first year in Pro Mod NHRA.
Yeah.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you know, that's racing in NHRA Pro Modified was a dream, you know, for me and my dad especially. We've watched it for years, have had good friends, and Stevie Fast Jackson, you know, emerge into the class, win 2 championships, and do really well. But it was always a dream of ours, you know, and the opportunity to drive for Elite Motorsports and be associated with Richard Freeman and you know, essentially the empire that he's created there. You know, that opportunity kind of fell in my lap, and Dad and I didn't let it slip away. You know, we took advantage of it and went and did what we've always wanted to do. You know, and we had a rough start to the year, man. Well, I'll say that we had a really good start. Went to Gators and qualified 4th. J.R. Gray beat me on a whole shot in the quarters, and the NHRA made a huge rule change, specifically to the Pro Charger combination that just really put our program behind, man. And we struggled for the majority of the year. Didn't go past second round in a Pro Charge car, and when we qualified 15th and went out first round in Charlotte for the fall race, decided then it was time to make a change, you know. And I'm not one to lay down or quit, but you know, at the end of the day, it's pretty expensive to make all this happen, and you know, and I was like, man, we could just save money, go test, get our program back to where it needs to be, come back strong in 22, and you know, Richard Freeman and his just endless resources. They had a twin turbo car, and you know as well as anybody that the turbo combination, that stuff is what I really love. You know, it's what I've driven the majority of my career, and I was pumped up like anything at that point. You know, I would Fred Flintstone one down the racetrack just to try to change the direction, and we get in the twin turbo car. I had like a half a day's worth of testing before we went to Dallas. We went to Darlington to test, and it rained us out. And this was like 2 days before we had to leave for Dallas. And Justin's like, screw it, man. Throw it in the trailer. We'll go to Dallas, try to get a few test runs in, and just see what happens. Made a couple test runs in Dallas, and rolled into Q1. Struggled Q1 and Q2. Got our stuff together, went like a 584 or something like that. Put us like 12th, I think. And went into race day Sunday, and I decided after JR beat me on a whole shot in Gainesville that not again. and I managed to do a decent job behind the wheel. Justin Elks, Ben Stoss, Mike Earl, Johnny Maguda, my dad did a great job working on the car between rounds. They gave me a car that could compete. I went up there and let go of the button on time 4 rounds in a row. And we won my very first Wally on a whole shot by 2/1000ths.
Wow.
It was a big one. Justin Bottom went 582, and I went 589, and I was 40 to his like 107 or something like that, and I beat by 2,000 to win my first Wally. So, you know, they say there's nothing like the first one, and I'll agree with that. That one's special and will always hold a dear spot. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we went to Vegas, and I won another one on a whole shot, and it felt just to death. You know, I gave JR a little payback from Gainesville in the final there. I was 11 to his 40, I think, and I beat him by 11 thou at the stripe, 582 to his 79. To win my second one, and we won 2 of the last 3, the only 3 races we ran in the turbo car, and finished the year strong, man. I finished finished 6th in the points in my very first year in my rookie season. So I get to display a single digit on the side of that thing rolling into Gainesville this year, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've got our sights set on a championship, man. We tested Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in Darlington, full days from 10 to most of the nights the guys worked from 10 to 10. We didn't have just a super successful test session, but we learned a lot, and we feel like we've got something that we can go to Gainesville and be competitive. Just, in years past, Gainesville strongly favors the supercharged combination. So Stevie, JR, Jose, Khaled, Justin Bond, all those guys with groomed supercharged, whether it's roots or centrifugal combinations, they're gonna shine there, and I'm gonna have to hold a few numbers on the tree, and we're gonna have to run our best. I think to win, but that's just the way it goes in NHRA Pro Mod. There are tracks and conditions that favor the supercharged combinations, and there are tracks and conditions that favor the turbo combination. There are tracks and conditions that favor the nitrous combination. And we tend to thrive in places like Vegas, like Dallas. We usually are a favorite in Denver, but we don't go to Denver this year. Usually a favorite in Bristol. We don't go to Bristol this year. But when it gets hot and muggy, and you start seeing 2,000 and 3,000 foot DA, it tends to slow those supercharged combinations down, and it doesn't really affect us much. So there will be races we'll just have to suck it up and take a whooping, and there'll be races that we will get to do the whooping. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug, So,
yeah.
And that's just the way it goes. It's not like pro stock or any other class where we don't all run the same combination. So just kind of got to weather the storm at some of these races and try to be there when it counts and acquire as many points as you can along the way. And then when we roll into Dallas, which is points and a half this year, we need to be on our A game and see if we can lock up the championship. That's our goal. I'm registered for all 10 races already, and we've got some momentum right now. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, saw that you had a sponsorship have some life issues or something come up. Did you fill that sponsorship yet?
I haven't, man. And to clear up any confusion, we are going to Gainesville regardless. I had some people call in. Clay Milken called me like, "Hey, man, what's up? What can we do?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, if you could write me a fat check, that'd be cool." But I said, "No, we're going." Just I had a sponsorship deal locked up that was to be announced tomorrow, and unfortunately, at the last minute, they had to back out, and it was circumstances that were totally out of their control. And it's unfortunate for all of us, right? But you just got to keep digging, man. We can't harp on it or let it hang over our heads. We're hopefully going to get them back on later in the year at another race. But for right now, I'm going to go to Gainesville naked, as I call it.
Right.
Unless something comes up here over the next 24 to 48 hours, because I need some time to get decals made. If it does, I'll just go to Gainesville naked. So, which is not a big deal. It happens, man. It's tough right now with the ways of the world, the economy, everything that's going on right now. There are definitely people out there and companies that have money, but with the uncertainty of the future, it's kind of hard for them to come off of it.
Hey, man,
I get it.
if you don't get it, I'll give you $100 a door for the Driver Mod TV logo.
Let's go. That'll at least pay JT Hudson's bar tab.
Right. Well, you've seen our logo with the crash test dummy, so
Yeah.
I think it's kind of appropriate.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not the only one dealing with this right now.
Yeah.
There are teams from the top fuel ranks. You think about somebody like Ron Katz that doesn't even have a car manufacturer, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He's not associated with any major car brand, right? And you're talking about the reigning champion. Like that's absurd.
Yeah.
That he can't find a manufacturer sponsorship.
Shit's gonna be tough to find a fuel supplier sponsorship now with all these gas prices going on, everything going on in the world.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah, that and some of these home builders and construction companies. You can't drive a square mile in Charlotte without running into some kind of construction zone or a house being built. They're building 40 in the third phase of my neighborhood right now.
Wow.
So, there are, like I said, there are places and companies out there, that have money but it's just such an uncertain time as far as the future is concerned.
Yeah.
And people are just holding on to everything they got right now, which you can't blame them. If you had $1 million to spend, it'd be tough for you to write me a check for half of it, not knowing what the future was going to look like.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's just the way it's going right now. But we'll get there, man. It's dog eat dog and a little bit cutthroat out here, so you just got to keep digging and show up and prove that you're worthy of that next big sponsorship. Nobody's going to want to sponsor somebody that doesn't show up. So
yeah,
we're going to Gainesville. We're going with a trailer loaded for bear and with the intentions on knocking some heads off and winning this deal. So
when is Gainesville?
See what happens. Do what?
When's Gainesville?
This week.
This week. All right.
I'll leave tomorrow. Gainesville always has a protest session Tuesday and Wednesday prior to the event. So we're going to go down and test on Tuesday. Hopefully that's all we need. Q1 on Friday, Q1 and Q2 on Friday, Q3 Saturday morning, and we actually run E1 on Saturday afternoon. There's a lot of stink around ProMod running their first eliminator on Saturday afternoon. I think the class as a whole griped and complained for a while about because their E1 was always on Saturday afternoon, and they finally pushed us to Sunday, and we're back on Saturday afternoon for a couple races this year. It does suck, but the NHRA is trying, just as NASCAR did, to kind of think outside of the box, and they're bringing back the blood shootout style deal for top fuel and funny car. It's going to be a call-out deal where drivers call each other out, and they're kind of trying to make a big deal and stir up some stink around that on Saturday night. So they're having to move us around a little bit to make room for TV time, which I get. You have to commend the NHRA a little bit for kind of stepping outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
For so long, they've kind of been known for the ones that just kind of do the same thing over and over again and run through the motions and it kind of becoming just a cookie cutter style deal. And I think it's cool. I'm proud of them for thinking outside of the box a little bit and trying to bring some excitement back. I do wish that they would bring that into ProMod. I think from the outlaw racers like myself, JR and Stevie, that we could bring a little more excitement around that.
Oh yeah.
Not that there aren't any personalities in the fuel ranks, but they're all pretty professional.
Well, they've whitewashed themselves to keep sponsorship. Gone are the days of talking smack and not caring who thinks what about it.
Yeah.
Pouring beer down the girl's chest like that Winston picture that I posted.
Well, and JR, myself, and Stevie are going to kind of try and see if we can't bring a little bit of that back to ProMod. I think.
Hey, baby.
I think that the class needs it as a whole, man. ProMod's it's in a weird spot right now.
Yeah.
There's right now. I haven't looked today, but I know that there weren't even 16 entries on the entry list, and by tomorrow at noon, you have to be in, right? So, I hope that I think we'll have a full field. There were some names on there that I know are going that weren't on the list yet. So I think we'll have a full field, but unfortunately, you're not going to see a 28 or 30 car entry list like you've seen in years past. And that's, I hate to do it, but that's partly the NHRA's fault. And it's partly our fault as a class. The NHRA tries to, they've got a tough job. Trying to keep all of us happy, far as parity is concerned, and not run too many away, but not, not just let the class get out of hand. So, I mean, it's a tough deal, man, and I wouldn't want Lonnie Grimm's job or Ned's job. I wouldn't want any of to be in any of their positions, So you can't blame it all on them. But the class as a whole is in a little bit of trouble, and I think it needs some attention outside of just being a pro mod class. It needs some rivalries, and I think that between JR and I, you're going to see possibly one of the greatest rivalries the NHRA pro mod has seen in a long time.
It needs personality, like anything else. It needs personality.
Yeah, and it needs controversy. It needs people getting out at the top end and fussing at each other and cussing at each other.
Yeah.
And a little bit of back and forth banter on our social media platforms. It needs that. It's because racing as a whole, at the professional level, has lost it completely. NASCAR's lost it. The NHRA professional drag racing has lost it. The Street Outlaws, Chuck and those guys, and they are always fighting and fussing, and people love that shit.
Yeah.
In the small town no prep scene locally, I've got some rivalries with some guys around here, and people tune into that. They look for, there's people that put the following dots or the following eyes in the comments in the threads so that they can see when somebody responds, and there's the sport as a whole needs that.
Oh yeah.
Desperately. And you got to be a little bit willing to run a couple big time sponsors off, and kind of give them that look at, this is me, this is how I am, take me or leave me, and because if we don't, we're not going to have anywhere to race.
For sure. Well, that's what people say about, you see people making the comments about it, and I'm like, those people that are sponsoring Donald Long and his Smack Talk, or Chuck, or Kai Kelly, or whoever, they know that's what it comes with.
Right. Yep. What the Street Outlaw guys have tuned into that we as professional drivers in the NHRA are missing, I think, is that we're in the entertainment business, and like what puts asses in the seats and sells NHRA live subscriptions and has people tuning into FS1 on Sunday afternoons is just what the Street Outlaw guys are doing. They're fussing, they're fighting, there's controversy, there's rivalry, it's more than just, well, yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors and my Castro Edge Ford ran real good today,
and put me in a hot rod.
And put me in a gosh darn hot rod, and you can't ever take that guy the other way lightly. Everybody's tired of hearing that.
Yeah. Well, dude, we got tired first season No Prep Kings here and saying go to A to B. We're going to turn it up.
Yeah.
And they realized that, and you don't hear that as much anymore.
Right.
Hey, what about Mike Salinas' comments in that article written about what he said about the NHRA?
Which one? Because he made a bunch of good points.
Yeah, he said there's no future. There's no kids in it. So.
No, and he's right. And then there's also this dark cloud that surrounds the NHRA that is the belief from the outside that you have to have millions of dollars or a sponsor with millions of dollars worth of equipment to come and race in the NHRA, and that's just not the case. If you want to run Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock Motorcycle, Pro Mod, any of those classes, sure. But you can come run stock, super stock, any of these, even complimentary. I mean, there's all kind of classes that you can come and run with your weekend warrior bracket car, and come and compete, and be there on Sunday, and there's more to it than what you see on the television, and that needs to change. But Mike's right, and Mike and I talked about this before. When I started racing at Donald's races and in drag radio stuff, I was one of the youngest drivers, or the youngest, in the respective class that I was in, right? When I was in Radio versus the World, at the time I was the youngest driver in the class. Jamie Hancock just a couple years or a year older than me. And in NHRA Pro Modified, I mean, this was 15 years ago, 10 years ago. I'm 31 years old today, and I'm, with the exception of Jericho Baldock, which I'm not sure how much Jamie Millers, the Billy Stockman's, the Jeff Pierce. You've got Brandon Schweitzer. The other pro line guy was like, but as far as who's coming behind them, if you're a pro line, if you're a boosted pro mod that's got pro line power and you're not tuned by one of those guys, you're probably not running real good.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. Like, he's right. There's not and we're not talking about just drivers. Like it takes way more than just a driver to run one of these cars. Right?
Yeah.
Like I'm really a small part of my team. And there aren't big names coming up of the younger generation, kids in their 20s or in their late teens, or even kids my age that are invested in this sport. It's scary, man. The future doesn't look too bright.
Yeah.
At the moment, and it's scary. You look at it. You can look at it in two ways. Like drag racing as a whole is on fire right now. Like it's super popular. 8th mile pro mod racing is at an all-time high. There were 3 no prep races in North and South Carolina this past weekend.
Yeah.
There's races going on all over the place. But if you step back and look at it, the way that Mike was talking about it, it's a little bit scary.
Yeah.
And I don't really know what the answer is. I don't know that anybody has the right answer.
It's you got to attract towards them somehow. You got to reach out to them, make that your demographic.
And they've also got to put these type trade classes back into school.
Oh yeah.
Like took every auto tech class available. They created auto tech classes for me and one of my buddies, Matthew Huzzy. They created auto tech classes for us because we wanted another one. Right?
Yeah.
I took one all 4 years. And sometimes I take one each semester same year, and you don't hear of that anymore.
Yeah.
I learned I learned the basics of working on cars. I'm pretty sure I did 90% of the oil changes that came through Northmore High School between 2006 and 2005 and 2009 for my auto tech teacher. But there's none of that anymore.
Yeah.
And, or not as much, should I say. I'm sure there's still places that have it. But there's definitely not as much of that anymore. You don't see kids posting on their social medias that they're with their buddies in their shops
Building cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anymore. No, they're bar hopping in downtown Charlotte, or they're at a bar crawl somewhere. Dude, I don't have time to do that shit. To bar hop and bar crawl. Today I tested Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the pro mod. Today I was back at the shop helping the guys get stuff ready to go. I go to Gainesville this week. We are testing, qualifying the race. I come back. I get switch gears, get beer money ready. I've got a no prep race the next 2 weekends. I've got a truck race back in Guthrie's Path down in Middle Georgia the weekend after that. I race every weekend until we go to Charlotte at the end of April for NHRA. I don't have time to do that kind of stuff. But there's not many that do it like you and I do.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. I hope that we can find that again and find a way to, with the exception of what the Street Outlaws are doing, to attract these kids to come to the racetrack on Test and Tune Thursday nights and support their local racetrack, even if they have to take, mom's minivan or whatever they've got to take. We need people at the racetrack,
Yeah.
And we've got to collectively as a group, for those of us participating in the sport now, we have to work together and find a way to do that.
For sure. Hey man, I don't mean to cut you off. My producer's got to get home. He's got some older parents that he's got to go take care of. You've been a great interview as usual. Thanks. Good luck this weekend in Gainesville. Keep kicking ass, and I know you're going to keep winning in random shit.
Yes, I hope so. If we win the Gator National next Sunday, just count me in for a late night interview.
All right, that'll work. We'll do something. If I have to record it here by myself, I'll record it and we'll post it too. So we'll make that happen. Good luck. And hey, one quick question, quick answer. Was winning the Wally bigger than winning in the Tooth Jerker Lights Out 8?
Man, I don't know. Those were two different wins in two different respects, right? Like there's the winning in Tooth Jerker was a big full circle deal, right? Like I've been back at the same track that I'd almost lost my life in, but winning my first professional race, my first
Did you cry at both of them?
Hell yeah.
That's a fact.
By the time it was time for me to turn the Pro Mod off of the racetrack at the top end of the Texas Motorplex, I could barely see. I was crying so hard. And like, you know, and I don't know if you've never been at the top end of an NHRA race. Like when you come to a stop, it's both doors open. I mean, they are giving you all but a rectal exam. And you know, and there stands a man to music with my trophy and a microphone, and I'm like, dude, I got to get together fast in a hurry. So I got my sunglasses, put them on, walk to the back of the car. I'm still gathering myself. I'm like, all right, I'm good. And she says like the first 3 words, leading me into my top end interview, and I lost it again. Yeah, dude, full of emotion, but it was real and it was raw, man. That was 15 years of chasing a dream. Coming back from a horrific incident and winning at the pinnacle of door slammer drag racing. So just couldn't have written it any better.
Oh, for sure, man. Hey, good job. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being patient with us.
Yep.
And we'll do this again soon.
Absolutely, man. Sounds good. See y'all.
All right, later. Real quick, thanks Steve Muncie, Steve Computer. I gotta say, congratulations to Austin Hayward, former HRP Houston Raceway Park track manager, got engaged this weekend. Big, you know, we've been friends with him a long time. You've hung out with him, and you know, when we've been at the track and stuff, and got a shout out to him. So, congratulations, Austin. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been a great show, Steve. Good job. First one in a year, over a year. I mean, it's March, and it was December when we did the last one of over a year ago. So, hey man, thanks for all the hard work, and we'll have it lined out better, and the laptop worked the whole time pretty much. So. We'll see. All right, guys. We'll be back with more of these. Just not every week, maybe once or twice a month. And y'all keep coming back and sharing this and watching more of them. We'll do more. All right, man. Thanks. We're out.